Hello and welcome to another thought for the week. Here in my hand I've got a poppy seed head. This used to be a poppy growing in my garden, but now it's closed up and there are some seeds inside. Now I'm going to keep these seeds until next year, and at the right time I'm going to plant them in my garden so that I can have some more poppies. But my poppies are going to need a few things to help them grow. They're going to need sunlight, they're going to need nutrients from the soil, and they're going to need water from the rain. Some plants, like poppies and like trees and grass, get what they need in quite a simple way. The soil, the rain and the sunlight are quite easy for them to get. But some plants that live in other environments need to be a bit more creative to get the things that they need. Desert plants living in hot and dry conditions have very long roots to help them dig deep underground for water. Other desert plants, like cacti, are able to store water from the rain in the desert when it very rarely rains. In the rainforest, where it rains a lot, in fact more than 100 inches a year, and plants have drip tips that send water quickly away from their leaves so that they don't get mouldy with the rain sitting on them. Arctic plants, so plants growing in very cold conditions, grow close to the ground and close together to help them to survive the wind and the intense cold. God also created you to bloom like a plant wherever you are, no matter where you are and what's happening around you. If you're having the best day ever, it's really easy to bloom with happiness and thankfulness. But when you're having a terrible day or a terrible time, it's really tough to bloom with happiness and thankfulness. In the book of Philippians, in fact Philippians 4 verses 12 to 13, Paul tells us about the secret to his happiness. He says, "I have learned the secret of being happy at any time, at any time in everything that happens. I can do all things through Christ because he gives me strength." Here, Paul's telling us that in every circumstance, in every situation, whatever happens, he is thankful that he has Jesus and he depends on Jesus for strength. And it's the same for us. Whatever happens to us, whatever's going on in our lives, we can be thankful that we have Jesus to strengthen us. We have Jesus to depend on. We can be thankful that, like plants, we can be rooted in the love of Jesus. And we can be thankful that we have Jesus' word to feed us and make us strong. We can be thankful that we can always depend on him. And these are the things that will help us to bloom where we're planted, this dependence, this reliance on Jesus to strengthen us and help us. So I'm going to finish by praying. Father God, help us to know more and more what it means to depend on you and rely on you. Help us to know what it means to be rooted in your love. And Lord, I pray that you would strengthen us and help us to bloom in whatever situation we're in. Amen. And we can finish with an amazing fact. And it says here, be amazed. You'd think that fire is the enemy of plants, but that's not true for every plant. The jack pine tree has seeds that are stuck in resin-filled cones, which are basically glued shut, like super glue. Since the resin is so strong, cones can stay sealed shut for years until a forest fire sweeps through, melts the resin, and allows the cones to open and spill out all the seeds. And that is part of God's miraculous design to replant the forest after a forest fire. Isn't that amazing? I hope that this has given you some encouragement, and I will see you again soon.